alaikum. My name is Sabria Mills, and I'm completely humbled and grateful to be able to share my Ramadan reflection of Juz 7, which covers Surah 5 from Ayat 82 through Surah 6 through Ayat 110. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. This Juz 7, for me, feels like a love letter between Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and me. And the reason why it feels like a love letter is because, recently I've been going through a little bit of a difficult time, just spiritually, and just feeling a little bit disconnected. But when I read and reflected and wrote notes on the entirety of Juz 7, I couldn't help but feel renewed and feel love and feel empowered. So Juz 7 begins with a powerful reminder about the reward for the righteous, which is Jannah, paradise, and a warning to the deniers of Allah's signs, which is hellfire. May we be protected from that. Ameen. And I have to be reflective as a Muslim first, a believer in God, as a woman, as a Black woman who's conscious and ever aware of the sacrifice of our ancestors, those that came to this country in shackles and in chains and fought for the empowerment and prayed for the freedom and empowerment of their children. We are products of that. And at the beginning of this Juz, there was a beautiful message that left me pondering very deeply. It talked about enjoying and eating of the lawful. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reminds us to stay away from the unlawful things such as wine and gambling. I personally love this ayat so deeply because it doesn't just stop there. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala explains why. Why should we stay away from gambling and wine? And I think about as our people kind of came out of the shackles of slavery, there was a huge need to sort of reclaim who we were and to gain a sense of consciousness. And as that sort of shift happened, and we think about, our brother Malcolm X, Al-Hajj Malik Shabazz, and the Black Panther movement, and those sort of conscious movements, the immediate response from those that aim to keep us oppressed was to flood our communities, our people, with drugs, gambling, wine, prostitution. That was extremely intentional. And it almost makes me think that they knew about this ayah. They knew about this wisdom that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put in this book. Because here's what it says in the ayah. Satan wishes only to plant enmity and malice between you through wine and gambling and prevent you from his remembrance. So essentially, this wine and this gambling is not only going to lead to the disunification of you, but it's going to lead to your heedlessness. You forget about any consciousness. And that's exactly what that intention and that aim was. And so that makes me very reflective as a Black leader. That is, my intention is always to sort of aim towards justice and the upliftment and empowerment of marginalized people. It makes me really reflective of the tools that Satan uses to keep us oppressed and keep us in a state of heedlessness. As we move on to Surah Maida, there's a lot of reminders about the good and evil not being equal, repelling evil and embracing and joining good. And there's even a warning about even if the evil may attract you. So even though what is wrong is attractive, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wishes for your success. So enjoying the good, enjoying what is right. And I think that's a powerful reminder for us as Muslims, Muslim leaders, Muslim creatives, those that are out there trying to make a difference in this world, for us to remember that it's not easy. It's easier for us to compromise some of our values, some of the things that we stand for, do something different. But just know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants us to be successful. So enjoying what is right, enjoying what is good, and forbid the evil. I move on a little bit another deep reflection I had was the story of Jesus and Mary. It was a very specific story that was shared in this juice of Prophet Isa alayhi salam, Jesus Christ, where there was a conversation with his disciples. So his disciples had originally bore witness to one God, believing in one God only. And they wanted a sign. So they asked for a repast to be sent down from the heavens, and of the proof of Prophet Jesus' truthfulness. And Jesus asked Allah for this, asked God for it, and it was sent down. But it was sent down with a warning of not being disobedient. And eventually the disciples engaged in some heedless behavior and sense of associating partners with God. And it even speaks in one of the ayats where it says, where Isa was very clear that he told his disciples, he told the people that he was instructed to worship Allah, my Lord, and that he was a witness to that. So at no point had Prophet Isa alayhi salam instructed the people to worship him, to associate partners with God. At no point did he claim to be the Son of God. I think that's extremely powerful, because I think as Black Muslims, what's really important is that we continue to have more dialogue with our Christian brothers and sisters. We love them. They're our family. We honor them. We respect them, and we understand the struggle, because Christianity was used as a tool to keep us oppressed and keep us silent and keep us quiet, because it's really something powerful if you can make the Creator, God, a'udhu billah, simplified as a human being, and make this human being that's supposed to symbolize God. We seek refuge from this mindset to look exactly like your oppressor. Like, that was a very intentional, powerful tool used to oppress Black people that were brought here in shackles and chains. And I think that this is a critical part that is put in the Qur'an. How powerful is this as a point of dialogue between our family members and our Christian brothers and sisters, as a point of empowerment, as a point of upliftment, as a point of knowing who you are, and whatever it is that you choose to believe, knowing ultimately that you're not believing something that was aimed to oppress you and disempower you and silence you. I leave you with this last part of the juice, which is this worldly life is nothing but a game and fun, and the final is much better for those who fear Allah. May Allah keep us empowered. May Allah keep us people that call ourselves and others to the right. Keep us people that are built upon justice and seeking justice. Ramadan Mubarak. May Allah bless all of you. Thank you so much for listening to my share. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.